Last night, some of the hottest stars of stage and Hollywood stepped out for the 77th Tony Awards in New York City.
And joining us this morning, our style expert Susie Wall, who of course is in Vancouver, and Global Entertainment's Morgan Hoffman for a fashionable roundup of all of the standout looks from the night that was last night. Thank you both for being here. Susie, we've divided some of the most epic outfits from last night into the biggest trends of the evening, and our first trend that we're going to discuss is those looks that are worthy of a standing ovation.
Standing ovation. Well, first of all, I thought everybody was really adulting last night. You know, after the Met Gala craziness and what we've seen this award season, everybody was so well behaved and glamorous and elegant. Let's get right to our standing O crowd, beginning with Danai Gurira. I know her from The Walking Dead, of course. Far Left is a veritable playwright and award-winning one at that in her own right. I thought she looked wonderful, and one of my favorite designers, that's Gabriella Hearst. Next to her, Cynthia Erivo and Louis Vuitton. This is one of those dresses you guys will all agree. You see it in a still photograph, but in person it would make your jaw drop. I've always wanted to see what the inside of her home looks like. I think she's super cool. Brooke Shields in Sunshine Yellow. She had foot surgery a few days ago. She owned the Crocs that she was wearing. A lot of these performers would have stressed about how to hide those kicks, and she celebrated them. I watch her, follow her on Instagram. I love how she's aged right before our eyes with such grace and sort of irreverence. And then Taraji P. on our TMS fashion tracker these past few months, we've talked about that mermaid sort of all over scalloping that we were seeing emerging as a trend. And there she be. In the middle for me are my two favorites, Cynthia and Brooke. Team, what do you say?
Ooh, well, first of all, the fact that the yellow dress perfectly matches those yellow Crocs, like
Right.
it's perfection. I didn't even realize they were Crocs until I saw an extreme close-up. So listen, I didn't know what the reasoning was behind that, and now that I understand, I think this is a knockout look. For me, it's Danai Gurira. Shimmering in gold, that was such a standout look for me. I don't always see her on a red carpet like that, and boy, oof, she just looked perfection to me.
Yeah, beautiful. I was really, the stars really came out for the
lovely.
Tonys.
Yeah.
It was quite the show for fashion.
Yeah, I noticed you have yellow on this morning. Where's your yellow Crocs?
You do.
Oh, shoot.
You missed the memo. You missed it. You failed us all.
Okay, Susie, our next category, we've got Showstoppers. Who owned the carpet with a show-stopping look?
Well, you know what, Jeff and Morgan, you two could tone with my first winner on the far left, beginning with Daniel Radcliffe, looking like a smashing gent in lilac. This was his first Tony last night, as we know, of course, for Merrily We Go Along. And then next, Ariana DeBose. It was her third year as host of the Tonys. A lot of people were saying on Instagram, host for life, question mark. She did so well. She was so sort of charming and self-effacing. And this is stained glass Oscar de la Renta ball gown. I thought perfectly on point for the host of the evening. Next, Angelina Jolie and her daughter Vivienne Jolie-Pitt, first-time nominee. And of course, they won, as you were discussing earlier, for the musical adaptation of The Outsiders. I thought Angelina looked shockingly gorgeous. This is a very important dress. Epic draping. It's Versace. I love how the two toned together. Little Vivienne was a production assistant or a producer's assistant on the performance, so they arrived together looking amazing. And then Nicole Scherzinger, ahead of her performance last night, skin-tight fishtail, itty-bitty flower bud detailing. I'm not sure what her time capsule is, you guys, but I would love to order it and have it delivered to my doorstep. So for me, though, Angelina just was a 10 out of 10. My goodness. What do you guys think? Kara, who was yours?
This is a good category. Go. What'd you think?
Oh gosh, I'm so pleased with everybody. I really like Ariana's choice in the sense of just the length of the skirt, the hemline, and that strapless gown. It's just a great dress for afternoon, evening.
Yes.
It's perfection to me, and it's so artistic with that mosaic look. Yeah. Morgan, what do you think?
Jeff, do you think you could pull off that purple suit, that lilac suit? Because I'm a Daniel Radcliffe fan.
Well, of course he could. Look at him now.
You got the blue going on.
Yeah, the baby blue.
You think you could do that? I think you could pull that off.
Here's my one question about this look.
Okay.
Did anybody tell Daniel about that bow tie?
Look at
What?
Oh,
this is a look.
Is it crooked?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
disheveled aristocrat. That's what we call that.
Okay, I like it.
He did it. First Tony. That's exciting.
That's just a pet peeve for me as somebody who wears a tie more often than not on TV. And if it's even off a degree.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm learning so much about you.
Yeah. All right, our last category is those deserving, Susie, of a curtain call.
Right. Okay, so let's begin with Sarah Paulson and her partner, Holland Taylor, who arrived last night. These two are 32 years apart in age. This was their date night. Of course, Sarah had the big win, her first Tony for her role in Appropriate. And I love this. You can't tell from the photo, but this is a sequined floral gown on Holland. I thought they both looked elegant and lovely together, 32 years of years apart, I should say. Next, her Appropriate co-star, Elle Fanning. The Brit press was hard on her, saying she looked vampish. No way. Full throttle. Fabulous. I'd love to see what they were wearing. This Saint Laurent suit, to me, was cut like the blade of a knife. Jeremy Strong, we know him from Succession. He won his first Tony last night for his role in An Enemy of the People. I loved his speech, but I also love that bowed necktie. He has always been very avant-garde in his fashion. And last up, the lovely Jennifer Hudson, the black corset dress, the shimmer, the draping, that exaggerated sort of peak neckline that, again, on our TMS fashion tracker throughout this award season, we have been noticing, in those elbow-length gloves. All very appropriate, all very on point. For me, it was Elle as the winner in the middle of that one.
Ooh, I like that. Okay, so Jennifer Hudson, what a standout. But Elle Fanning, I mean, for me, we've watched her grow up, right? And so for me, she always has that very girl next door, angelic kind of look. I thought this is the most mature look we've seen. I loved it. I thought she could pull it off so well. I mean, my sister and I are both like, ooh, this is a different look for her, but we love it. I don't think vampish, though. That doesn't come to mind.
No, not at all.
No.
My only criticism would maybe be start of summer. We're inching up to it very soon. Is that, do I want black right now? Black is universal, and yes, we go to it all the time, but I just kind of feel right now, this season, I kind of want color.
I hear your point. I disagree, but I hear your
black.
point.
Yeah, there's a place for it.
All right. Well, congratulations. Yes, congratulations to all the winners on the red carpet and inside the auditorium last night. Many first-time Tony winners.
Yeah, it was a big night.
Yeah. All right, Morgan Hoffman, Susie Wall, thank you both. Good to see you this morning.
Great to see you guys.
All right.